Looks like I'm live. Okay, so I don't know if you can see my mouse or anything, but these I've just been obsessed with um, drawing a figure and trying to improve drawing from imagination. But I feel like I'm a little bit disconnected from drawing the figure um, just because I haven't been doing it. I've been drawing more landscapes or cityscapes, things like that. So um, I don't know. It's just something I used to do a lot of. So again, I'm a big fan of illustration and drawing from imagination. So, I've always been inspired by Karl Kopinski. But, before even knowing about him, you got to sit through life drawing class and, look through the textbook and see drawings like of drawings by Daumier. Just how loose these lines are. They're kind of searching, looking for the gesture, drawing the figure and its clothing all at the same time. And I think, let's see, and I have a couple references in my little my video here, but I have this book as well. This is one that I thought was pretty fun. I think Karl Kopinski, if you paid $75, you get a signed copy with a sketch inside. It's pretty neat. Um, so the references here, I don't know if I can flip through and find them directly, but you can see that kind of looseness in these lines, kind of exploring or maybe planning things out. See if I can find another one that I like and I think is kind of illustrates this idea. I should have bookmarked it. There's so many cool ones. And rough lines planning things out. And something like this goes the opposite direction. It gets like super refined. Here's one of them. The hands of this orc or monster or whatever, you can see it's all rendered up here. As we move down here, you can see just kind of roughed out, very general. Not super precise. Maybe it's the start of something, not the end of the drawing. So the kind of reference images, here's the other one. So you can see all the detail in the portrait, making it look a little uncanny with the eyes further apart. Huge armor, giant sword. You move down here, you can see it's kind of these exploring lines, trying to figure out where the edge of the figure is, almost like a continuous line gesture drawing. So I'm gonna try to do something like that. Take some inspiration, and these references here. The male figure is from, I think, a photo set on Proco you can buy for $40, and it's just a preview image. I just wanted to do a sketch. And this other one is from DeviantArt. All of this off to the side, but I thought it matched the kind of this female character. It's super detailed in how he drew her armor and everything. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I have the time for that. We'll see. We'll take inspiration from that. I used to have manga paper. I think this is the heavier paper. And I don't know if I'll use any ink today, but I have, my crummy eraser. Very old needle eraser that looks like it's seen better days. A trusty, what is this, 2B pencil, and the remnants of, what is this, 8B and 6B. I was using these for drawing at the Miyakonjo City Library. I'm drawing it from observation. I needed some really dark stuff to make it work. Okay, so the height of the eye pivot, you can see, where's this go to? So I have about 1.5 inches below my hand, and up here, ooh, there's a 2 or 3 inches left in my paper. I think this is size B4 paper. I think I'll get out a second sheet of paper. I just wanted to test out like the male figure. I don't think I'm gonna use him like how he is, but I just like that kind of point of view from up high. And I'm gonna try that continuous line. I'm gonna change it though, it's, if you watch any of these other videos I've done, it's like the Max, Wolverine, Max, Wolverine. So I might just let that arm, coming down this way, flexed. So I'm using this continuous line, kind of moving back and forth across the figure. I want to decide how big I want the figure to be. So I keep kind of increasing the size. So I want the knee to be maybe a little bit closer down towards the hand. I got to try to draw light. The leg is very foreshortened. So look at where the ankle is relative to the knee. What is the angle? This is an upward angle for his thigh. So I guess, I have them all these lines here, and becomes kind of, what can I say, like a reference for where the edges of some things need to be. So his hips are turned like this. Shoulders are, let's see, move up this way a little bit. And I'm just looking at my screen, so from my point of view, it's pretty small. I don't know if his backside is this big, but it's okay. Maybe Wolverine's got some junk in the trunk. It's all right, no problem. All right, the other leg. I don't know, man. It's like cropped in a way that, maybe it looks like he's on his knee, but I don't think I want my character to do that. So maybe, what could he be doing? Maybe it could be moving in this other direction. See if I can consider the foreshortening somewhat to this leg. It's going to be different. This one is like we're right on it. It's cutting underneath the body. So that's why the ankle is so close to the knee. So the foot is kind of like a wedge shape. Maybe we could put that in there. I don't know about this other leg. See, if I'm uncertain, it seems like my hand gets heavier. See if I can revive my eraser. Ooh, maybe it has a little bit of life left in it. So let's get rid of that. I'll focus on the rest of the figure for a second. Not worry about that leg. Getting stuck down on the negative space, it's just, I don't like that. All right. So probably this leg could be shorter. I could draw some shadows at the same time. Try to clarify this. It's foreshortened everything. On the torso is going to be smaller. Using a heavier line, I guess, just to try to clear things up. This guy's got huge shoulders. feel weird looking back and forth from the screen to the drawing. But that's my setup for today. So how much space is there from here, the other side of his hip, up that latissimus dorsi to his shoulder? Probably not as much as I have, but I don't think it has to be perfect. Try to get this angle. So it's interesting that this guy has his tidy whities. What would that be? Wolverine's yellow or blue or brown and a tan underwear uniform. All right. I guess, can I count this as my warm-up? I think the standing pose may be easier. Foreshortening on this is harder than I imagined. So look at this kind of cleft or split in this guy's tricep. I should have printed this out. It would be easier to draw, but it's okay. We'll see. We'll see if that statement is true with the actual printed image that I have for the female figure. I can look, at relative heights of different parts of the figure, like here, the bottom of the shoulder versus, where is this part of his shoulder relative to this? It's a little bit lower, not quite as low as I had it. Ooh, I like how his hand is kind of moving out this way. I'll have to kind of fill in the gaps from imagination. Okay, so this is connecting here. The other leg could be moving off in that direction, hypothetically, instead of being on his knee. And the knee could be here. We could have the leg moving down this way. I'd have like an ankle. Still have the negative space, but then there's a suggestion of a foot on the other side. Yeah, it's hard to draw. The reference is so small. So I guess as I'm going, I'm clarifying some things, seeing that his ankle's up higher. Like I said, you don't have to make it perfect, but I do want to adjust this. All right. So then we have deltoid, trapezius. Ooh. What is going on with this guy's massive back? So I had like Ninja Turtle feet in my drawing. Okay. So then I want to move on to this other side. We have, his body is overlapping with his shoulder. So we don't see the shoulders quite so much. And then I'm just going to change this. And, he's holding that stick, but I want to imitate that cleft, on that side. And add in his invented hand. Maybe like this. So I'm afraid in this pose, Wolverine's claws would go into the ground. All right, he's looking pretty ripped there. All right. We cannot see this kind of center line of his back because of that stick, but I'm just gonna improvise. Just kind of. I'm so impressed by like Neil Adams. Just drawing that anatomy. So I'm gonna get rid of some of these lines. I probably made his torso too long. No, it's okay. Okay, so his neck. See, I had all these lines up here, but it's kind of moved down within the composition. So shoulder, so I need to move that over. It's closer to what I had originally. Like this. His chin is like here. I don't know if I'm going to get this the right shape, but I'm going to try. There's a lot of foreshortening, so I think it's more challenging than I expect. I'm going to move the shoulder up a little bit. I don't think I had it in quite the right spot, but it's okay. Then, let's see, eye socket, eye socket. There's an eye. There is a nose. There's a mouth somewhere down here. I have to maybe, if he's baring his teeth or something, then like scoot his nose up a little bit. Something like that, just a kind of quick something to lay down. He does have an ear, right? Man. Okay. Jaw, neck. How does an ear fit on there? Man. It's like I've never really drawn a head twisted around like that before. Can't really zoom in. I feel like his ear is closer to the back of his head. I don't have it over far enough. But I'm not drawing this accurately enough either. So what did I say before? That'd be perfect, right? Well, maybe. Then, we could add in some mutton chops. What else? Widow speak. I don't like this leg, but I feel like it needs to be longer. I don't have the foreshortening quite right, so. But I'm just going to change it. I'm going to make it. I'm not in a life drawing class right now. I'm copying the photo. So try to give it the balance I think it needs. Come down this way, add in. Add in a foot maybe. I don't know. This foot's not right, but maybe it has to be like. Maybe like this. Went off the page, but that's all right. Maybe I could use this later. But this is not really what I wanted to try out. I wanted to try this other image. So, I mean, it started off as that reference and changed a bit. I'd like to get more information to get his back more precise. There's like a plane on top, like this. There's probably more shortening on this side. What else could we look at? Well, I may want to come back to this another day. There's a lot of extra space up here. That was kind of interesting to start with a picture and change it. Took 20 minutes to do that? Man. Okay. So, see, I got my female character and the paper's getting all rolled up. See how that works. Okay. So some things about this pose are that it's a fairly low eye level. All right, I'll just talk about that now. So looking at how high up her head is, and we could measure even how many heads high. 1, 2, 3. Oh, see, it's a little bit above her navel. 4, a little bit above her groin. 5, 6, 7, 8.5. Is she that tall? Well, it's because her head is further away from us. We have a low eye level looking up, so her head is going to appear smaller. So it takes more heads to do the height of her body. So that helps us perceive that we have this kind of low eye level. So I don't know. What are some things to look at? We've got this box shape here. She's got weight distributed evenly between her legs. Shoulders are going back. Center line is like this. So I don't know. It's going to be not too bad, I think. I think her portrait is really the hardest. Look how small her forehead is. If we go to the frontal eminence, and then there's her hairline, this space is going to be pretty small compared to these other parts of her body. You can see that each section of her head here gets smaller and smaller. That also tells us that it's foreshortened. We're looking at someone straight on. It's going to be more like, we go up above the frontal eminence like that. Frontal eminence is bone right here. Bony prominence. So then these should be, relatively equal. Eye socket, base of the nose, chin. Everyone's a little bit different, but you can see how it shifts so much because of the pose. I like it. All right. So I'm going to try to do the continuous line thing, and I'm probably going to go off the page. But going down, finding the midpoint. This kind of stuff we do in the life drawing class. Find the midpoint. Think about proportions. Don't draw a bunch of spaghetti. All right. Is there going to be space for her head up there? Is it really going to fit? I bet it's going to fit. All right. So masses of the body. We've got the pelvis. Rib cage. I'm just kind of eyeballing everything. Ooh, see her collarbones very clearly. Shift from and the angles of her shoulder. Get her neck. Don't see much of a trapezius, but that's because the angle trapezius is back here. It's like covered up by her body. Oh, little triangular shape under her chin. This lady, she kind of reminds me of the sister of my old studio mate. I wonder. That's right. I was remembering I should talk to a former student about taking some photos of her and her husband's like cosplay fantasy stuff because it's like really cool. It'd be fun to like collaborate and draw that sometime. You guys would remind me of that, right? So let's see, I've got too heavy of a hand. I'll use this to lighten things up. All right. So I want to be able to point out like look at the center line. We look at the space where her eyes will fill. You can try to look at plane under her nose. Look how small her forehead is. Thanks for that foreshortening. Taper this in for her cheekbone. And philtrum, the space between her nose and mouth, is going to be, whoa, sorry folks. Going to be much smaller. So I don't know where she's looking, where? Looking up. Let's see, now it's a challenge. If I wanted to look down, her eyelids will be closing a little bit. So I'll just make these general shapes. Now we're going to go to make her some other kind of character. We can start altering some things. The lips, there has to be some foreshortening. And the angle, similar to shoulders, just her head is kind of cocked to one way. All right, so I've been going on this one for a few minutes, but not too long. Ooh, trachea, sternocleidomastoid. See it coming down this way. See, she's already changing a little bit, right? Just add that ear. She's somebody else already. All right, so shoulder. See, that's something else that happens if you're doing this kind of gestural approach. The figure kind of shrinks as you draw, so we'll see how much that happens. If I got my proportions accurate, then maybe it won't shrink too much. All right, so I'm just going to use the kind of clothing there. We could adapt it maybe somehow. You can see this kind of center line. Her navel. A lot of dark plane on this side. Move to her hip. Oh yeah, I didn't show the Dominic drawing that was in that drawing textbook. My old teacher from Long Beach. In the textbook with Daumier. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so moving down. But like I said, everything's shrinking a little bit as I go. You can see gluteus maximus, right? Making this mark here. What is this big muscle here? Rectus femoris, maybe? And I don't remember what this one is. This curve around her knee. And the patella. And I don't know, fatty pads around the patella. I don't remember what those are called. Fatty pellets or something. I don't know. That's Xenia or Jenny Chi. They'll hook you up with some vocab. All right, so getting down to ankle. Inside ankle higher, outside ankle lower, heel, base of the foot. Treat this like a wedge. Try to come down this side. Wider at the top of the hip. You know, can treat this as like a form that's overlapping with another form. So, you know, it's like kind of a box shape. And then there's this cylinder that's coming out of it. I think a standing pose is, I find a little bit easier than that weird foreshortened pose. Maybe I'm just a little bit warmed up. Or maybe I'm not. Okay. Try to maintain some symmetrical structure. Find patella. Just look for some of these other details. Need a better time of day to work on this. Okay. This is bulging out probably because of the, what do you think? Great trochanter. You know, this is my bad pelvis drawing, but there's a joint here, right? Ball joint, ball and socket. And there's this, you know, this bone comes out, this becomes a femur, but the ball and socket goes in there. And so there's a space. So on like our hip, there's this part that sticks out. That's where this, like, great trochanter is kind of popping outward. I didn't get the pose right in my little diagram, but it's kind of explaining the idea. All right, where's it going? Okay, moving down. Where is this? Maybe the heel has to be in like the same spot. So inside heel, not heel, the inside ankle is high, outside ankle is low. It's because of how the tibia and fibula are positioned. All right, and foreshortened toe. Something like that. All right. I like this arm that's resting. Looks tough. What kind of shape is that? Kind of triangular. There's some plane changes going on. Ooh, plane change under the knuckle. So there's 1, 2 fingers. We can't really see all of them because of the angle. I don't like that. But, oh well. Okay, got the ulna. I should have drawn some kind of line here. Try to stitch all this together. See, there's her armpit, bicep. You can see her deltoid coming down. Tricep. Oh, what is this? What is it called? Radiobrachialis? Radioalis? Something like that? I mean, it comes down this way and kind of wraps around. Let's get rid of some of these dark shadows. Get rid of searching line. Hand's probably too big, but I'm just going to go with it. Okay, this hand holding giant weapon. She's just like super strong. Foreshortened arm. You got the elbow going this way. Forearm going up. Okay, then with the shift, we could check. Sorry, folks. Where does that match up? Like her jaw, a little bit past the edge of her, above the edge of her chin. That would be perfect. So maybe I'll bring this down a little bit. Ooh. My razor's bad. It's too dirty. All right, so let's see her thumb going up this way. And then a couple digits here. There's a pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger is up really high. Other side of her palm. And see your knuckle on this side. Look at points of intersection. Where does it touch her hand? Look at this overlapping. It's a cool prop. I used to make some fun Halloween costumes out of cardboard. Chloe Thompson still has one of mine, though. The Trout Man character. All right. Like this. So let me look at symmetry that way. All right, that maybe works. And it's like super long. All right, so the pose is set up, but then what? Maybe that's when I can go back and get some ideas from our artist friend I was using as a reference. Okay, so the figure is set up. Set up. Can't see it all at once, but it's there. So it took another 20 minutes. Okay. So what does she got going on that? So what do you think? I want to lighten her up a little bit. What do you think? Gnarly shoulder pads, funky breastplate, weird armor. I don't know if I can do that. I guess we'll find out. Uh-oh. How much juice do I have left? $20%. Well, all right. I think she needs some kind of, I don't know, helmet or crown-like thing. I'm just making this up as I go. Looks like she's frowning. Maybe the armor could go like this. And, I mean, really it should cover up her crazy ears, but I guess it's not going to. So I'm going to show those ears off. So add some symmetry to it. Really, that needs to shrink. That needs to go down because of the foreshortening. So like this. And maybe she needs like crazy hair. Add some in the shadow. Okay. What kind of weird shoulder pads is that one has? The Kopinski's has like some kind of multi-layered something. Let's see, what are mine made out of? They're not made out of like bones and stuff. But I have multiple layers. Let me pop this up a little bit on the other side to account for the movement of her arm. All right, some kind of breastplate. A little bit different from the example we got to look at. Add some kind of metal or edges, I don't know. Something like this. A pattern on that one. What kind of pattern? I don't know. I was going to draw like a tree or something. I don't think it's going to work. Maybe it could work. To wrap it around her body, though. A little art to show dimension. Some add in some trim, maybe. Wow, I'm so sorry. I didn't mention generic stuff. My battery's running out. Let's see, what is that? 18. I'm recording. That was Leo. He likes to draw. I think I'm going to have to go play some basketball with the boys since they're hypothetically done playing video games. And being outside has, I don't know, some kind of health benefits, doesn't it? All right, let's think of like Spawn characters with like pointy somethings. All right, no gnarly gloves. Maybe not. Don't have time. Assuming these guys are going to go anywhere, but regardless, my battery's going to die soon. Sorry to spoil the fun, if there is any fun going on. All right, need to use different directions for the hatching lines here. Maybe something cross contour. Some other kind of strange decorative something. It's a good demon head right over her pelvis. Some kind of symbolism? I don't know. But it's probably a little silly, but I don't have time to worry about it. Don't nobody got time for that. All right. I feel like we should have something else. Keep those shadows from the reference. My pencil's dying. Gnarly ear and like some piercings or something. Yeah, just I think Kopinski is like also really amazing at character design. Not just drawing really well. So I'm just making some stuff up. It's probably not quite as cool as it needs to be. I could add some pouches, do some like 90s comics kind of thing. Everybody needs more pouches. Keep your batteries, your film, your secret money. It's all in the pouches, right? She needs lots of pouches, all right? It's just a given. Okay, how much juice do I got? What does she need to have her legs protected by? 15%. Some kind of boot. Let's add a highlight. Let's make it a dark color. All right, this one. Another boot. Let's add in a highlight again. Just adding some tone around it. Add in the highlight. These fabric's bending around her ankle. All right, boots. And some cross contour shading. And What else? Out of the shadow. Ground her a little bit. I don't know, man. It's adding like some evil eyes on this funky face. And some like teeth. Doesn't have a jaw, I guess. Added some shading. What kind of things would she have on her legs? Show me, book. Show me. Got some boots and like straps, pants. Any other kind of cool armor? Pants, a whole bunch of shin guards. All right. I don't know. I think she should have like some kind of knee pad thing. Maybe it's another little demon shape. From her belt. And maybe she needs something in here. What do you think? Should we go 90s and add some pouches? I think we should, just for fun. And then this is like actually some kind of pants she's wearing. Everyone needs pants, right? Or at least something to cover up their legs, maybe, if they're gonna go fight monsters or troublemaking humans. All right, add some tone to maybe try to make that work. Add in a seam to her pants and some shading. Ooh, greasy finger, made a mistake. Pants texture. Where's the battery at? 13. All right. Okay. Well, maintain some symmetry. Add this in. They're demon faces. Get rid of those demon faces. And okay, pouches. She has to have something different on this side, right? We have to make her asymmetrical for some reason. What do you think? Maybe it's just like a piece of armor of some kind that's. You go 90s again and make it shiny. Living metal. What do you think? Something like that. Then more pants texture. And a seam to the pants. It's made out of fabric or some kind of material. Use a highlight in the middle of the figure, middle of the leg. Right here. My pencil is getting worn down. Lost her thumb. A little plane change. Well, yeah, we need more. Some kind of pants texture. All right, so sword. I think I have time, right? Okay, straps on the sword, right? That's given. Sword is going to be, I don't know, kind of like some kind of metallic substance. So maybe I'll go like this. I'm kind of moving across it. It's more shiny on this side. And maybe it's less shiny on this side. We have a plane change. Maybe shiny is straight through here. Then shiny on the edge of the sword, maybe on the plane change up here. I think it's a little bit darker on this side. And we have some more of that kind of, I don't know, choppy, rough texture. Don't know if that's going to work, but I'll try to make it work. I think somebody's coming into the room to play video games next door. I hear movement. No, I can't draw with this anymore. Okay. Change the direction of the shading a lot and maybe round it off a little bit here, make it darker, like there's a plane change. All right, so I don't know. Maybe I can add ink to it later. I think it's like a good, I don't know, first try doing something weird like this. Man, now she's getting creepy. So maybe I'll work on it some more later, but that was my attempt at using a reference to set up a drawing. I don't think I get the angle of her knees right, or the knee pads kind of change it, but I think the battery's about out. So hope that was fun.